y'all. We can't do this without y'all. They've been very supportive this year. Our concert band is going to go on first. And then do a quick 2-minute stage change. And do some more pieces for you, and then we're all going to get back together and play one more. We hope you enjoy this one. So why don't you play?
Another round of applause. Wasn't it great? Don't clap too much. Their heads won't fit through the door. This next piece, this is another fun one. We've played it many times in class, but never got to put it on concert. But this is called Jumble Dance. Again, it's going to feature our percussion section, and it has a nice little round in it where the woodwinds and the brass play this melody, and you can play it at the same time, and it still sounds really cool. So this is called Jumble Dance by Brian Ballmusic. For this next tune, Mambo Cubana, we're going to have a guest conductor. Miss Laura Collins is going to come to the stage. It's really, I taught middle school for 9 years. I feel like I'm teaching middle school now. So as a middle school director, it was always really sad to see him go to the high school and just keep on playing and making all this really cool music. And I'm still listening to Mary Had a Little Lamb and Hot Cross Buns. And the Squeaks, not that it's not fun. I love middle school, I really enjoyed it. But when they get to that next level, it's a lot of fun making music with them because they know their instruments now and we can just make music and have fun and play all kinds of stuff in high school. So it is a lot of fun, but I'm gonna let Miss Collins turn the baton over to her and let her come on up. So if you'll help me welcome Miss Laura Collins. This is our last concert band tune, and then we're going to let them take a little break, and we'll play 5 more tunes for you. Again, if it weren't for middle school teachers, we wouldn't have high school bands. Let's give it one more. Thank you. All those middle school teachers that started, they wouldn't be here today if it weren't for them. So Mr. Dorfel, and Mr. Beitzel, Mr. Mabe, and all these wonderful teachers we've had in our county. Really appreciate them and all the work they did. All right, this is our last tune, The Lion King, and we're going to do like a 2-minute stage change and play some more for you. see if I can get out of their way. All right, this is our, some of these guys, this is their last concert with us at Western Harnett High School. So we're gonna recognize the end of your program. You'll see they have like little stars by their names, class of 2025. We're gonna go ahead and have them stand up for one more applause. So class of 2025, we're gonna go ahead and recognize you guys. Go ahead and stand up, please. Not an easy task to take a band 8 semesters in high school, and they get pulled so many different directions. So I really appreciate them for being with us and making music. It really helps the younger generation because they do more teaching than I do. They really do. So this first piece, I passed this one out, and everybody said, "Georgia the Jungle, what is this? Who's that?" So I know. I was like, well, it was a cartoon, and then it was a movie with Brandon Fraser in 1997. And the song goes like, and then I think even Olivia said she went home and her dad was like, yeah, I'm from Georgia the Jungle. So, ha-ha. Ha-ha, Jim Alpha. All right, so we hope you enjoy Georgia the Jungle. let me step down. We're going to recognize some of our students. They auditioned for our all-county jazz band. It's our third year having that. And they made a video and they got chosen, selected. We had several students make first chair. We're very proud of them. They gave a great concert back in April, early April. So all-county jazz members would stand real quick. David, wave at the back. David and Cole Weeks, wave at the back. We also had some students try out for and make our all-district band. That's 17 counties. We play our scales, we play a solo, and this year Miguel Macias made all-district bands. And then Miguel got to go and march and try for all-state band, and he made that group too. So let's get the second year in a row. Very difficult thing to do. Lots of competition and lots of auditions. Bless you. So we're very proud of all our students for doing that. All right, this next piece, another Disney one. They've got Disney on the brain. But Bare Necessities, we're going to feature some soloists. We'll have them stand with them. But it's going to feature trumpet, clarinet, trombone, and tubas. So we hope you enjoy Bare Necessities. Trumpet. Any other trumpets? Some of y'all, they helped out, assist them on that one. Tuba sections. Tuba, stand up, take a bow. Let's give them one hand. They never get the solo. They never get to play by themselves. So that's a great arrangement. And on trombone, Miles Presley. Miles, stand up. All right, percussion. This one's got a lot of percussion. Even Danielle Wave, we got a flute player in the drum section. Danielle Richardson, go ahead, wave to everybody. Danielle. She's too nervous. Danielle. She's like, don't want to mess this up. So this piece called Jungle Fantasy, I heard this when I was like, I think I was 17 at All District Band, and Mr. May, y'all know Mr. May? He taught at Pine Forest High School, and then he's taught all over the place, and he taught at Highland before he retired. He played this piece with the All District Band he was conducting, and I thought it was just the coolest piece in the world. I was like, I've got to play that song sometime, someday, so my time was finally done. Yeah, 30 years later, finally, I had a group that was good enough to play this. This is a really killer samba piece, and it's called Jungle Fantasy, and it's going to feature a piccolo solo by Miss Kathleen Buckley. No pressure. roses. No instruments were harmed in this performance, so we hope you enjoyed us rocking out to Welcome to the Jungle. Throw that in the trash, Mr. Collins. Some kid left it in the rain in 1974. I couldn't bear to throw it away, but he said, throw it in the trash. So I said, I have an idea for that flute. Stage, Mr. Zeke Chandler. Before I get started, Zeke, we do a conducting unit. I teach the kids how to conduct. They have to stand in front of the band and direct the piece. And when I'm gone, like to All-State or All-District or All-County Jazz, I really don't like giving them a whole lot of written work because we don't take band and do worksheets, so it's fun to play our instruments. So Zeke got some of the best comments from the substitutes that came. They said, this young man right here, can he come back all day and just conduct the band? So he did a great job. So when I asked him if anybody wanted to conduct this piece, he said, sure. But I told him about the lion costume second after he agreed to. So. I really appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight. Keep these kids in band. There's a lot of things pulling them. Keep them in music, keep them in chorus, keep them in drama, keep them in all these fun things. High school is really short. It really is. It'll be over before they know it. Don't let them grow up too soon. So I really appreciate all these kids and all you parents over the years. So I hope you enjoyed this last one, and we'll see you next year, I hope.